Hello, once again. Um, Time for another Art Soundoff. Crohn's is still giving me some issues, but I'm getting better, so I'm getting back to work. Luckily, I've only had minor flare-ups lately. So, one of the interesting things of this Art Soundoff challenge is that people have responded to things other people have said. Um, Owen Jolin's actually responded to the commentary that I did on paper versus tablet. And there's one that came up recently that I found interesting that I wanted to comment on. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right because she's got kind of a strong accent. It's the one who, if you read my article promoting all the people taking part, um, I didn't know what her name was at all. She's either pronouncing it Eva or Ava. It comes out Eva. So maybe it is Eva. So that's my apologies to her for um, getting her name wrong if I am. I used to work with someone named Ava, so but I'm gonna go the way she pronounces it and hope that it's somewhere close to right. But because I'm getting her name wrong, I will put a quick shout out to her comic, Bits Fair, Fair, bitsfair.com. Check that out if you want. But she did a commentary a few days ago about um, mythology. And she came up with this really interesting mythology actually involving science, where basically physics is religion. I don't know if she doesn't know if she's ever going to use it for anything, but it's actually pretty interesting when it came up with. But what I'm commenting is when she's wondering about creating a fake religion for a story. The example she used that she did doing a lot of research on it, and she came upon the Egyptian myths, which is one of the few myths that I don't think anybody actually follows anymore. I think you can still find people who follow the Greek gods and the Norse gods. I don't think you can find anybody with Egyptian gods. Egypt's kind of gone more Muslim in recent years. But she was saying that she didn't understand creating a fake religion because the actual myths meant more to her, or were more interesting to her at least, because why can't I eat today? Because people actually believed them. To them, they were actually true. It was their way of trying to figure out how the universe works. Now, it should be noted before I continue on my discussion that I am a Christian. That means that I have my own faith, my own, what some of you would probably call a mythology, but it's something that I actually believe in. It's part of what makes me who and what I am. Saying that, though, I've actually come up with a fake religion myself in a story. I was taking part in a virtual season 4 for the Transformers that would take place after the rebirth. And the guy who was running the project has planned to split it off between Transformers and Headmasters, kind of giving them each their own show. As far as I know, the project didn't work out very well. I had to leave earlier because I just didn't have time to work on the thing and some of the other stuff that I was doing. At the time, I had my own Transformers website that I barely had time to work on as it was. I'm not sure how I found time to work on BW all these years. But I come up with a religion of my own because I wanted to do a story um, that didn't necessarily push Christianity, although I totally could have, but it was more. The theme was more about how religion is not evil. There were stories coming up about religion is bad and religion was the cause of all these various wars that were going on, which I think is total crap. Wars happen because people want to have fights for different reasons, or can't come to any kind of agreement. Not to say that people aren't driven by some religious belief or corrupted version of a religious belief, but I mean we've been seeing that with ISIS right now. But at the same time, I don't think the get having trouble talking again. Now, regardless of what John Lennon may want to believe, religion is not the problem in the world. It's the reason I don't like to imagine something at all. But I come up, so that was kind of the story that I wanted to do, was because Transformers could do stories like that. They did the God Gambit, which is also about fake gods and things. But I wanted to do a uh, story with the theme, religion can sometimes be a good thing. That was my theme. And I, instead of giving them some kind of Christian viewpoint, which probably would fly in my universe, but I don't think it would have flown so much in this story. So I kind of played with, okay, I'm in this universe, I got to follow this universe's rules. And so I came up with my own religion for the story, and I came up with something interesting. Instead of having a matriarchal or patriarchal uh, god system, I came up with something more family based. So it kind of made concept of family important to the Nebulans in this tale. And I don't remember the full detail. It's a whole big story about how the family worked and how the certain things happened. I'm pretty sure I had a fallen sibling, so we had our devil analog. But why did I create a religion for it? If if what Eva was saying is right, that it's not the same because real people don't believe in it. But at the same time, these are fake people. These are fake characters. You're building your world around these characters. I mean, you can't have the Dark Crystal. You may have it be based on certain mythology, like Avatar: The Last Airbender takes a lot of things from martial arts and mythology, but it's in our own creation. It's something original. I don't think there's a connection. There's a similar character to the Face Stealer in mythology. I could be wrong. I haven't studied a lot of religion, a lot of other faiths. There we go again. But creating this mythos made it was real to these people and to these characters, and it drove them. It's like in some RPGs. I've never really been an RPG player, but I have watched Spoonie's Counter Monkey series, and he talks about in some of the different games they have this different religion and different gods, and the the mystics all get their powers from these gods and everything. And it's an original mythology. Nobody's ever worshipped it. It's like nobody's ever well, no, actually, there are people trying to be Jedi in the real world, so that's not a true statement. But to create a fake mythology is to kind of center it in this world. It's a faith that's native to that world and thus kind of fleshes out this reality of it. So I don't think you can use other religions as kind of a basis for the mythology of that world. Chronicles of Narnia did that with Aslan and as a Jesus analog and connecting it to Christianity. But coming up with something original isn't necessarily a bad thing either because it does kind of make it unique to this culture, to these people. And you're trying to make, even if you're doing kind of an event thing, you want the characters to look and feel real to the readers or viewers. And so giving them a religion, if you don't want to have them be, space Jews or something, unless they're actually Jews that went out of space, um, to take and give them their own mythology, their own belief system, I think does actually give them a bit more life to them. It makes them seem like they're, for lack of a better term, because I don't know what kind of race you're going to use, it makes them seem human. And it gives them kind of a life to say these creatures came up with their own idea of how the universe came into being, and it may be based on your religion, it may be based on some other religion, and then going in your own direction, it may be completely original, like my family-based God system. But I think it is an interesting way of giving them life, and I don't think that's so. I kind of disagree with her that coming up with a fake religion doesn't seem real because they didn't believe it. I mean, right now, like I said, the Egypt kind of follows the Muslim faith now, so ancient Egypt is kind of is a myth to them. It's not real to them, even though some people used to follow it. They don't follow it now. It's fodder for Birdman. But I'm going a little over time, so I think I can stop here because I'm going to just start rambling the same points over and over. But that's my perspective. Again, I'm going to post her um, actual audio boom either down there if you're watching this on YouTube or up there if you're watching it on my site or the channel on some fan blogs. And I would encourage you to check out what she said and check out the idea that she came up with using science and cosmic cosmic science to create a creation myth for people. It's actually an interesting idea. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody try and flesh that out and use it too. But that's it for me. If you want to learn more about Art Soundoff, check out leanewart.com/Art Soundoff and follow the Art Soundoff account on Twitter or the hashtag Art Soundoff and see what people are coming up with. But I'm over time. That's it for me. And happy creating.